What is going on, guys? It's Anderson here from Trispo.com, and I get this question all the time. Anderson, should I go on Vendor Central or Seller Central? And if I'm on Seller Central, should I go FBA or MFN? I'm gonna unravel all these acronyms and make sure that you understand what's going on, but there is a decision to make. Often you could be on both, but I don't recommend it. So the first thing that you need to evaluate is Vendor Central. So Vendor Central is a first party basis only. And in most cases, the vendors are usually well-established brands. In other words, if you're already fulfilling POs or purchase orders with other retailers and you're a massive brand, you might want to go into Vendor Central simply because it's easier. There's a ton of big brands on the seller account, so don't shy away to go into Seller Central simply because you're already big. But if you want to submit products to Amazon and you want the purchase orders to go through pallets or large quantities and you want Amazon to do majority of that legwork, Vendor Central may be a conducive platform for you. Here's a challenge with Vendor Central. Amazon is not a price leader, they're a price follower. So if you're already on Target, you're already on Walmart, you're already on Best Buy, you're in other places, Vendor Central may look like the best solution, but be aware that if any of those other platforms have a lower price point on your product, then the problem that you're gonna have is Amazon is gonna always price match it. The other complexity with Vendor Central is the pricing portion. Aside from the customer pricing is the price to Amazon, meaning the cost to them. Amazon has accruals and you sell to Amazon at a certain price and then they take those accruals, but then there are also a bunch of other fees that you're not maybe aware of. You have to abide certain rules by Amazon in order for you to have a adequate performance, and they don't charge you additionally. And then the other thing is that you have to look at it like a hawk. We spend a ton of our time looking into invoicing from Amazon, which is a complete pain in the neck. So be aware that if you go into Vendor Central or first party basis, you're gonna run into some issues. One of the issues being you wanna have control on pricing. The other one is gonna be the accounting is a complete nightmare. I'm gonna do a video only on Vendor Central accounting, and I don't think it's gonna get a lot of views because it's a very complex process, but at the same time, it's gonna answer a lot of the questions that you may already have. And then the other issue that you're gonna have with Vendor Central, again, is that Amazon is not a price leader, it's a price follower. So if you have other retailers and you have, let's say, a negotiation with those retailers and you have a super promotion, if Amazon picks it up within their algorithm, they're gonna price match your product. So be aware that's gonna be an issue with Vendor Central. There are more added complexities on the Vendor Central side, but those are like the biggest one. The Seller Central side, it's another animal. It's more of a self-service. You won't have the Amazon support team unless you have like a, seller success executive, which they're gonna help you with the process, but usually is limited amount of time. And then you're gonna run into complications in two major sectors. One is gonna be FBA, which is fulfilled by Amazon, and then the other one is MFN, which is Merchant Fulfilled Network. Some people call it fulfilled by merchant, but the right terminology is merchant fulfilled network. That means that one, you let Amazon ship the product directly to the customers. The other one, you ship the product yourself directly to the customers. There are advantages and disadvantages on both, but let's go into FBA first. FBA is amazing. You ship the product to Amazon, they all distribute it for you. FBA is a nightmare because there is lead time, especially in today's economy and today's issues. There is a ton of complications in the logistics side, which you need to be aware of. So now we're looking at 2 or 3 weeks for the products to be checked into Amazon in order for you be able to sell those products to the customer. Amazon does the shipping or the distribution. The other issue with that is that Amazon is now doing price matching to be competitive on Seller Central, and they use the FBA model in order for you to do so. What that means though is, let's say that you have a product that you want to sell on Amazon for $12. If another retailer has it for $8, Amazon is going to request for you to lower the price to be more competitive on the Amazon ecosystem to be lower than $8. If you don't, then they'll go ahead and pause that product and they'll remove what we call the buy box. Amazon calls it like that, but we'll do another video on what the buy box is and how to win it. The other issue is MFN. MFN is great. You sell the products directly to the customer and you use the Amazon platform to do so. The challenge with that is that most customers want to get their products within 2 days. I know we live in a crazy society where everybody wants that immediate gratification. If you cannot ship it within those limited amount of times or windows, you're gonna have a conversion issue. Happy to talk to you more about making that decision. If you already know that you're gonna sell on Amazon, you now need to take a look into the complexities of Vendor Central versus Seller Central. And in Seller Central is going to be FBA versus MFN. Send us an email to info@trisbell.com to learn more, or contact us directly in our website. Happy to talk to you. Even if you don't work with us, I'm more than glad to give you some guidance. My team is there to support. As always, God bless. I'll talk to you guys next time.